ELUSIVE. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I promise to get through this in about 10 to 13 minutes is what I'm going to try to do for the midday market report. So let's get into this. Please make sure that that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics and help this community push through the algorithm so that we can reach a wider audience. We'll get into a very volatile market today. So first, let me start out. Good mid-afternoon, 2:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, December 11th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Michael, welcome in. Franco, yes. Hate Mondays indeed. Yes. Olga, welcome in. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been one of those days, unfortunately. As far as crypto XRP, as we know, yesterday we hit that long leg doji in the daily, and it spelled disaster. And that was the warning from yesterday, unfortunately. But we'll continue to move forward. We'll look through the actual markets, and tonight we'll have a nice active discussion on crypto and XRP and such at 6:30 p.m. But right now I'm going to focus in the next 10 to 12 minutes on the midday market report. We're going to go through everything from the Dow all the way down to silver and everything in between. Derek, welcome in. No problem. Dill. There's a few others I've seen. I'll say hi to you in just a sec. The Dow Jones is up 115 or 0.32%. A little bit of a rally as of late, up to 36,362. UK, Phil, welcome in. Olga says she bought more at 60. We'll take a look at that as well. It's a nice retracement to add to the bag. Oh, Johnson, welcome in. Michael, good afternoon. Franco, yes, I hear you loud and clear, my friend. But the Dow's up 0.32%. On top right now, for the first time in a while, on top of the broadening wedge. So the Dow looks to be shrugging off the rest of the market. And like I said, year-end bonuses for the big wigs. And it's based on Q3 earnings and end-of-year stock price. So it's, to me, this just feels like a prototypical, this is the way we're going to consolidate and, consolidate up, I should say. But we consolidated above the broadening wedge, and now we're starting to move. Our next move would be 36,986 for the Dow. You get on top of that, you verify the move, and you'll probably move up towards that 42,000 level. Onto the DXY, it's up about 5 cents. It was up a little bit more earlier. It's up 0.06% at 104.04. Putting in a right arm right now, it looks like. Can invalidate that thesis, but we would have to get over the top on this on the 200-day here at 104.10 approximately. If it gets rejected here, though, this would be coming much farther down, and this could be signaling a little bit more too if it were to reverse back down. That would mean the 10-year yield is going to end up breaking back down as well, and that could rise risk on assets, with crypto absolutely is. So we very well could be in for a push down, but we would have to get that validation of a rejection here. And then if you do break down, you've got two targets. The bottom of this V-shaped recovery at about 100, which is a 1-to-1 pairing. And then after that's about 96.7. So we'll see how that plays out. But either way, we're paying attention. The U.S. 10-year is up 1 basis point of 0.14% to 4.24%. At 2, is trying to hold its last layer of dignity here. It needs to come past the 4.34%. Otherwise, it would fall the risk of losing the daily 200 at 4.13, and it'd come right down to what we've theorized it's going to come down to here in the immediate short term, to 3.93%. I'm not sure who's going to buy these government bonds, who's going to tell the Fed to stop buying the government bonds when they're not being paid. They don't have to pay taxes now on earnings. So they could put into this in the 3, 6, 10, however they want to do it, and just collect interest. But year over year, it's a disaster. This is all disaster, and this is coming down for a reason. It could even come down farther. If it broke further, you could be looking at a spot where they have a big reversal down to about 3%, and then it just rises back up. There's a reason they're doing this. Think about it. If starting January 1st, anybody part of the BRICS via their agreement starting on January 1st, they can get rid of U.S. government bonds. Don't you think it's in the best interest for the U.S. to have that government bond as low as possible to get out of when they try to sell it? Or are they going to have to make a little bit of money? Because some have been holding on to these bonds for a while, but some are going to prematurely sell out of them. Or they're going to try to get fair market value, yada, yada, yada. So why not bring it down and try to pull a wool over everybody? U.S. crude is up 0.1% or 7 cents, basically 71.27. We're sitting at the support at 69.90, but what I've seen is this widening pattern. So I think when it gets rejected here, more than likely we're going to end up finding ourselves around 65 bucks. As much as I can't believe I'm going to say that, because I thought at 70 there might be a chance they'd stop it. It's just formed a pattern that we can't ignore. And it looks like it'd come down to that third hit of support here to try to validate a move out. So that's what I'm looking at. But going into 24, I don't know if it'll be first, second, or third quarter, but we're going to have an explosion to the top side with crude oil. So it might be in our best interest to start looking at oil stocks, you know, particularly pegged to the US dollar. Gold silver ratio continues to bounce up. We're coming up to a major resistance here. We're getting a fantastic deal on silver again, over 86 to 1. Looks like it's hunting that 88.8 to 1. We must get over 91.9 to 1 to start actually breaking this recent formation and try to push this top here and maybe try to push that 98 to 1. But it remains to be seen. Right now, silver's just falling much harder than gold. It's been for the last several days. Today, it's not as bad. Today gold's actually falling a little bit more. That's why we've had a small retracement. But as far as the past few days, so gold right now is under 2,000. It could not hold the 2,000 support as of right now. So if it continues coming down, we're going to need to get a validation of this drop. So just like with crypto, like with XRP, we're looking for a retracement back up. And I'll show you right at the very end of this why. But back up to 65 cents, either validate that this was a fake out down or to solidify that this move is going to be continuing. With gold, you would theoretically like to see a move back up to at least retest this broken structure here. But it's not, you don't always have to do it, but that's what I'd be anticipating, that they can get rid of some of these short sellers, go long here real quickly, same with crypto, and then bring it back if they want to come completely down. But it remains to be seen if it continues down. We've got 1930, and for B2 gold, we're at $3.03. So if B2 gold, what I would expect it to do now that it broke down, if we're going to continue on, you're either going to keep retesting because we've had a death cross here in the hourly. If we go into the daily, we've got a broken structure here. We could come back up, like I'm saying, with all of these. If gold wants to retest, all this will have to retest. And this could be another liquidity fill. We don't know. We don't know. Especially with what the Fed is doing right now. It's very hard to say that this is going to go down in a straight line, but I'm hoping personally that my sell would just go in at 297 and then I could just buy it back at 240. That's what personally I would like to see, but it remains to be seen if that's what's going to happen. So, and then with silver, $22.85, same thing. Silver is still within a structure. It tried to break out, but it fell back within the, this is the breakout. So this is like the overextension of the breakout. This is trying to confirm a breakout. And it's in this formation still. It could come back down and retest the structure, but you don't want it to lose this formation theoretically. You could wick down, come back up, and that's how you would break back out. But right now, we're in a very volatile market. So if we break down, that could bring us back to 18 bucks if we continue to fully break this. Otherwise, these are retesting attempt breakouts, and these are liquidity fills. Please make sure to hit that like button if you appreciate what I do. Subscribe to the channel, share this on social media so we can have a wider audience. We only have 26 likes, 52 people. That's 50%. That's horrendous. That's horrendous. I mean, if I was coming in here and 52 people are watching, only 26 hit the like button, I'd say this guy probably is a tool. So please, show the respect, hit that like button. If you don't want to, you can always circumvent it by hitting the like or the joining Tom's Army or sending a YouTube super chat. Nobody's done either of those today during the live, so I would encourage you and I would expect you to hit that like button and at least share this on social media. But that like button is essential. And with XRP, and then I'm out of here. XRP, the technical target right now, we don't know. We need to see if we get a validation on a rejection. So I personally think we can expand this now because I was just doing an estimate on this. But obviously, if you go into the 4 hourly, it looks a little bit different. All right, I kind of like this a little bit better now that it's actually forming out, because it broke down like that. Now you're technically trying to get back into this little structure, but just looking at this, the 30-minute time frame is an easy way to do it as well. That's probably why we could do it like this. Let's try to create the wideness of this pattern, and let's see what happens here. I would say this is probably starting the reversal here in the 30-minute. This could be where the reversal starts, because at some point, I firmly believe XRP is going to have to retest this breakdown. If it's losing this rising channel resistance, you typically would get a rejection. So You've already liquidated the longs. Now it's time to liquidate the shorts. And if they do that, I don't even like the way I set this up. What the hell is this? If they liquidate both of these, you'd be able to see a rise back to like 65 cents, honestly. That's what I would be anticipating here. A retest, 65 cents, liquidate the longs, and this is essentially the formation. Yeah, this looks a lot better. This is the formation to tell us if we can make a run back up. Right now, it looks like we're about to come back up and at least push 62.3 cents. So unless you lose this structure, for anybody who's shorting the market, if you lose this, that's a good sign for anybody longing it. If this is lost at 601, expect to move down to around 58, so be careful. If you're going long, make sure if you are long and it comes up to 623, if it gets rejected, you pay very close attention. If it breaks this, you're golden and you're going up to 65. And that could make for an opportune long here, like if somebody was willing to do it. Even from 609, that's about a 6% correction back up if it does it. Otherwise, pay attention because you could get stuck right here at about 2% roughly. So just pay very close attention whenever you do. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Thank you so much for tuning into the Midday Market Report. Hopefully I'll see more of you at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll continue this discussion. But gotta go, got stuff to do midday, and the kids are about to get out of school. Have a blessed day.